everyone! Get ready for a ranting spree, because in this video, I'll be venting about this game, focusing on those beloved teammates of ours, the randoms. But hey, before we start, just a heads up, this video is all in good fun. It's not meant to throw shade at any specific person or group. So, let's dive into the chaos of gaming frustrations together. Randoms! They are one of the few abysmal things you ever see on this planet. Jumping into Identity 5 with a bunch of randoms is like playing a game of, will I get a headache or a hug? Spoiler alert, it's usually the headache. Sure, there's the occasional unicorn of a random player who leads you to victory, but let's be real. Most of the time, it's just a symphony of rants in the chat about how our random teammates couldn't kite for 10 seconds, let alone win a match. So why do random players get such a negative perspective? Well, here are several reasons in my analysis. Among the first reasons why playing with randoms can be headache-inducing is their not-so-impressive kiting skills. This applies not only in lower ranks like Hound or Elks, but also in the higher tiers. I often see people in Unicorn rank ranting in public chat about their teammates who can't kite Mary or get terror shocked in 5 seconds, leaving the others questioning their existence in this game. Seriously, when it comes to finding the quickest means to exit a match, these randoms are champions. Speaking of experiences, I must confess that I've had my fair share of moments, and let's just say, I've been the not-so-shining example of a random teammate everyone talks about. Picture this. I'm summoned near the basement in Sacred Heart Hospital, diligently decoding a cipher, minding my own business. Suddenly, out of the shadows, a geisha appears with all the dramatic flair of a surprise party. Panic mode activates, the basement is looming, and in my attempt to escape, I opt for the window vault, only to find myself gifted with a terror shock and promptly sent on a one-way ticket to the basement. In the post-match discussion, my teammate dropped the classic line, "Why did you kite near the basement, you dumb idiot?" In response, I casually offered, "Sorry, I got reconnected." And before you know it, poof, I vanished from the scene. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are numerous instances where random players, myself included, showcase their less than stellar kiting skills, leading to the unfortunate consequence of the entire team facing defeat. But hey, we are all randoms in the end. These random players are typically found in lower tiers, like Hounds or Elks, and occasionally Mammoths. The issue with these randoms is their lack of understanding regarding the specific roles of survivors. I mean, come on, every survivor has their designated role, whether it's decoding, supporting, kiting, or rescuing. Yet, these randoms seem completely oblivious to these 4 essential roles. They treat a decoder as if they're Ultraman, ready to swoop in and save the day whenever someone shouts for help, even if that someone is trapped in the basement and beyond rescue. They seem completely unaware that their abilities often come with a debuff in kiting or rescuing. Conversely, there are rescuers who seem more interested in decoding until the end of the game, as if they're playing a game of truth or dare with a cipher machine by the campfire. These random players won't budge at all from the cipher machine, not even when someone nearby desperately calls for help, or when the hunter decides to take a little AFK break. Now, when it comes to the kiter, picture this. They play it like Rambo storming the enemy's base. Instead of being the hunted, they become the hunter, chasing down the hunter themselves. They might get cocky after kiting the hunter for a solid 60 seconds, but once they're finally downed, prepare for a post-match rant. Lastly, the random support often ends up being the most unresponsive player on the team. Take, for example, the little girl archetype. This dreadful little creature can often be found leeching off the best kiter until the endgame. What's worse, they have a knack for aiding the hunter rather than their own teammates. These random players may face challenges in reading clearly due to various reasons, contributing to their illiteracy in the context of the game. In a horror game that heavily relies on cooperation, effective teamwork becomes crucial. Consequently, players usually communicate within the game, providing commands on what actions to take or avoid. However, these random players treat those messages as if they were safety instructions often neglected by many. Their motto? Read and destroy. They read the message and proceed to destroy themselves, figuratively speaking. Picture this. One of the players sends multiple "Don't rescue me" messages, yet a persistent random teammate continues to come to the rescue, hoping to be hailed as a hero after the match. Little do they know, the true hero will be the hunter for eliminating them as soon as possible. These randoms are unaware that the player sending the messages simply wants to end the match swiftly, either because they've exhausted their abilities, like perfume or bamboo, or because they cannot kite, perhaps due to their mother asking them to sleep. Another reason why random players earn the horrible badge is their attitude. On this note, there are two specific aspects I'd like to address. The first issue revolves around their in-game behavior. These toxic virtuosos take any opportunity to spam a delightful series of you're-on-your-own messages. Whether someone gets downed within a mere 30 seconds or experiences a terror shock due to connection problems, the response remains the same. You're on your own. This delightful refrain continues until they are finally sent off flying, still persistently sending the ever-charming, "You're on your own." The second issue pertains to the post-match phase. These random players showcase a remarkable talent for shifting blame onto others, rather than reflecting on their own actions that contributed to the loss. These individuals engage in a tirade, labeling their teammates as stupid randoms and attributing the failure to them, even when the reality suggests otherwise. Random players also earn their bad reputation because they often lack game sense. It's not uncommon to encounter a random player who doesn't know when to hide, when to kite, when to rescue, when to decode, and so on. At times, these randoms rush to the rescue even when they are on the far side of the map. Also, there are instances where players decode together in the same location. In situations where a decoder is desperately trying to survive, individuals with zero game sense intentionally run towards them, diverting the hunter's attention. To make matters worse, they go on to send a "You're on your own" message when the decoder becomes the target. I can't entirely blame the random survivor with bad ping, but it's undeniable that the poor connection amplifies the bad reputation of random players. Just picture this. You're skillfully kiting for a solid 3 minutes without getting downed, only to witness your random teammates moving like chess pieces. These survivors with bad ping often become easy prey for the hunter, ultimately contributing to a loss. Some people can get extremely frustrated with random players who have a bad connection, especially in a ranked match. Their insults range from calling them pushovers to suggesting they switch their intergalactic connections. I couldn't find any more reasons why random players have earned this stereotype. If you happen to know something that I missed, feel free to let me know by writing it in the comment section below. And just to reiterate, the purpose of this video is purely for comedic entertainment. Please don't take it too seriously. Thank you for watching, and until next time.